That's just entered without permission. That's all that is.
so, so
Oh, shit.
the polar bear one caught me. That got me.
Welcome back to Fools One Bourbon. I'm Justin. That's Matt. We're back doing another store pick review. This happens to be a 7-year double oaked Old Louisville, and this is from Tallac. What is it? What is the official name of their store? It's not just Tallac, but
So I don't know. They're
it's like Tallac Bottle Shop or something like that. Is it Sacramento, California?
Yep, Sacramento. So their handle is Tallac Liquors, I think, or Tallac.
But we've done quite a few buys, I think, from Tallac, and they've been super cool to us. Putting great boxes together, getting us some great bottles, some of their store picks, and even some allocated here and there that they've been able to have in store, kind of like when we put an order together, like, hey, by the way, we got this, and like, all right, cool, yeah, throw that in. Yeah, they've been super awesome. And so this Old Louisville is actually the first Old Louisville I have ever got, and I loved it. It's super, super good. But they did say that it is an 8-year, even though the label says 7-year double oak. So not really sure what's going on there. Kind of a little bit weird, but hey, it's 108.4 proof, and it is delicious. This is a great bottle.
Super bottle says 7-year, but the website said 8-year, 8 months. So
yeah,
that's a gap. But maybe that's because of the double oaked. Did we think it was MGP based off of the profile, or?
That's a really good question. I honestly don't think so. I don't think it has that MGP profile, which I think is a little bit of a lighter kind of bourbon note. Maybe like a lighter fruit instead of like dark fruit notes. I don't know if I'm that good enough or if I just made that up.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. I'm convinced. It comes off like a vanilla bomb.
Definitely there's oak influence there. Vanilla's some sugar notes, sweetness. Not overly ethanol, but they definitely can tell that there's a little bit there. Which it's 108 proof. That shouldn't be a lot.
108, 110. Like I think that feels like not a surprising proof based off of the nose.
Yep.
Smells like it's going to be good. I mean, definitely a nose that I enjoy.
Yeah, maybe some cherry.
I hate cherry, so I guess I don't know.
I don't like raw cherries, but cherry and pretty much any other
cherries.
Like in any other form, I like cherry, but like a raw cherry, I'm not a fan.
If you were doing a peanut butter and jelly, would you do a cherry, like jam, cherry jelly?
That seems like it would be very tart.
Strawberry. I mean, strawberry. That would be the move.
Over grape. Over like Concord grape.
Strawberry for sure.
I like raspberry most.
Like a raspberry jam or whatever. I think I'm bored.
Strawberry rhubarb is a big favorite of mine as well.
Yeah. Damn, it's almost strawberry rhubarb pie season, baby.
Dude, have you ever, this is getting off topic, but have you ever gone up through Newry and you're heading toward Grafton Notch? There is a little, I will put a graphic up. There is this tiny little pie stand that has become famous in that area. Mostly because this pie stand got robbed once by a black bear. And what is it called? Is it like Bear Mountain? Is it like Bear Mountain pie stand or Penny Mountain or Dollar Mountain? Is it Dollar Mountain? I will look it up. and I'll put a graphic. But it's just you're just driving down the side of the road, and there's like a little wooden shed, and they have like a Venmo, and they have jams and jellies. Oh, I mean that's bear country up there.
Well, I
So
mean, I guess
not surprising.
Oh my
That's just entered without permission. That's all that is.
so,
Oh shit.
The polar bear one caught me. That got me. We haven't even fucking drank this yet.
Let's get into it. Cheers.
Fuck.
I'm just gonna cut us in laughing, and people are like, what are they laughing about?
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely the profile I want right there.
Yep. Dark. Some of the burnt sugars. Maybe a little tannin on the finish, but it goes away pretty quick. Like a little bit of that tannin, astringency, just a little bit, but then it's gone.
Yeah, even initially on the, I don't know what the right words are, but when you first sip it and if you hold it for a second, I think you can get, or I can get, some of the tannins, and then they kind of carry through to the finish a little bit. But man, there's just so many other good oaky dark flavors going on in there that like I'm good. I can put up with those.
Yep, seems a little bit more viscous. Kind of coats your mouth well. Yeah, sticks around a little bit on the. I like it when it kind of sticks around on the gums, but not the finish, and that definitely does it for me. Yeah, definitely sweet. It's a lot of sweetness to it too.
Yeah, no burn, no not a lot of spice there. It's kind of young too. I mean, I guess I don't know. Like on the scale, relatively, maybe it's not, but like some of the bottles we've grabbed and some of the double oaks are like 10-year, 12-year.
Yeah.
You know, like the Knob Creek, the 18-year, 21-year. So I feel like an 8-year is relatively young. Maybe that's where some of the tannins are coming from.
Yeah, but I also think that that's like a now thing, like a 2025, 2022 to 2026 thing. Like there wasn't a lot of that super old age stated stuff at, pre 5 years ago. I mean, it was out there, yeah, but not like to this extent that there is now.
Yeah, no, it's I think the older stuff in general, there's less of, on the shelf.
But I think there's more of it today than there was in the past.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Because I think I think we've talked about it a lot before, but I think they made so much. They've like held on to more than they've sold. So now you're getting a large volume of highly aged, items, plus 10 years than I think there was before. I think it was,
sure.
Before that ramp up, like, I think if you saw a 7-year, you were like, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, logically that makes sense. It aligns with the whole, the boom is over. If demand goes down, then some of those maybe 8-year, 10-year releases that you're planning, maybe you keep them in the barrel. I don't know how that shit works, right? Like, I don't know if you have a 10-year barrel and the demand isn't there, do you just leave it in the barrel and say, okay, we're gonna make it an 18-year or 12-year, or do you put it in a different barrel and say, okay, we'll move it into a double oaked batch?
I think all the things that you're saying is what they do. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope there's more structure, and I'm assuming there is. But it probably is that, that simple. I guess my thought is always like something that you plan to age to 10 years versus something that you plan to age in 18 years or whatever, longer. Are you picking a different barrel based off of that? Like, are the 18 years in a different kind of barrel? Like, what if you do a 10-year in like a double char or high char barrel? Do you want to leave that in for 18 years or 16 years? Like,
Great, really, really good thoughts on that chemistry. Yeah, and I think the what might be the larger influence is where they put it in a rig,
Where they 100%,
right? Because
especially
you can't put an 18-year a barrel that is to be aged 18 years at the top of a rick house.
right.
It'll be gone. It'll be
The
empty.
angel share is they get it all at that point. So
Exactly. It's too damn hot. So yeah. I think there is something. I think there's a lot of those variables that all go into play if you have a mass volume that's not selling. Right.
I mean, the good
I mean,
news is like, this is a trend that they're probably tracking over. They're probably predicting it a little bit a year or two in advance. So they're probably making adjustments well in advance of when they need to make the decision.
Sure, and I think some places are like, right, Jim Beam stopped production for a while, right? I think,
Well, that
right?
I mean, stop production, but you got to think that impacts products that they're releasing 10 years from now, right, or 8 years from now, or whatever. So
Yeah, it could, or they're just, okay, so we have so much stuff, let's not add to inventory, but try to whittle down inventory. And yeah, if you stop for a year, then you ramp back into production. Now you're just off by a year. I mean, I don't know. It's all probably goes into the logistics of rick houses and their storage amount. And shoot, we have too many barrels. Let's build a new rick house. How much is that? How many millions is that going to cost? Is there really an ROI to do that? Or is it better to just not fill barrels for the time being, and we sit and we don't pay salaries and we do nothing. You do nothing with all this storage and then ramp it back up as soon as the bubble has after the bubble has burst and it's calmed down.
The facility that Jim Beam shut down, was that production? Was it distillation? Was it a rick house?
Really good question.
Because like if it's a distillation or production, well then all they really did was again cut available product 5 years plus or whatever, right, from now.
Right.
If it was a rick house, well then maybe they sold off barrels to NDPs and then just said screw it, we're not, we don't need to have all these barrels that are sitting in an aged status or whatever. Yeah, it'd be so cool. It'd be so cool to hear more about that kind of stuff.
So Google says pausing production at its Claremont, Kentucky distillery for all of 2026 to perform site upgrades, manage inventory, and address cooling demand. While distillation stops, the visitor center bottling and warehousing operations remain active. So this is stating that they are not distilling.
Right. They stopped distilling for this year.
Yeah.
So that does not impact the supply now. That impacts
Correct.
the supply 5 years, 6 years, whatever they're aged. It depends on what they're making, I guess. But
yeah. Yeah, and I didn't look up like the amount of distillate that they must produce a year has got to be ridiculous.
Massive, dude. They have fucking. That's one of those like you can walk into any gas station, grocery store.
Oh yeah.
There's probably like fucking Dollar Generals that have bottom shelf Jim Beam ready for you. I don't know, like it. Yeah, that stuff is everywhere. I mean, everywhere. The Jim Beam, the old number 7, the some of the base Evan Williams, like yeah.
Yep.
They must just pump that
stuff.
Yep,
the base
out.
Buffalo Trace, which is what, benchmark? Yep.
Base Buffalo Trace is benchmark?
Yeah.
What? I didn't know that. That's wild. Well, I see people talking about the benchmark. I think it's their foolproof.
Foolproof, yeah.
Yeah, and that being like a solid pour. So
yeah, we got to get it. Yeah, it's like $28 at best. Yeah, I picked one up. I haven't opened it. I got a top floor benchmark. I think it was on sale. I think it was $17.99.
That's fucking crazy, dude. I mean, That's crazy. That reminds me of like college and, you know, not high school, but like after high school, you know, $15-20 for a fucking bottle. Like that's wild. And now,
Yeah.
now that we're like drinking good stuff, to go back to some of these $25-30 bottles, like, it ain't bad. Like it's wild. That's wild to think about. Oh, man.
All right, Matt. Old Louisville, single barrel double oak 7-year. What would you give this for a number?
Man, it's a solid pour. Yeah, I mean, I think I'd go like 8-1. I think that feels
nice.
Yeah, that feels right. 8-1.
Yeah, I was going a 7-8.
Okay.
It's interesting because I remember it a little bit differently than I do today. So for some reason, it's got a little bit more tannin than I remembered. So that kind of dropped it from the 8s for me. Okay. I was pretty confident it was going to be over an 8, but it's not feeling that way today.
Okay. I have a post teed up for in a few days. I got into the Peerless Double Oak, which, I mean, the bottle's like 3/4 of the way empty. I feel like every time I've gotten into it, I love it. The other day I got into it and it was like bitter, and the finish was just very tannin. Lot of ethanol on the nose, but I'll have to go check. I don't think it's like super high proof. You know, it's like in the 1-teens or the 120s. Like it's not crazy. But what it made me think of was like, I wonder how much variation is happening on your palate, whether it's day to day, week to week, month to month, or maybe something you ate today, or, you know, maybe the number of drinks that you've had or what you drank, or like your palate is a massive variable. And depending on what you're doing, you know, I can only imagine what the cigar smokers of the world are, like how their palates vary during the day. But I don't know. Right. It made me think about, like, I know I've had this bottle and I know I've liked it multiple times. I didn't like it the other day. Like I got into it and I was like, hey, this is not a good pour. And it was just weird to think about. And like, even the bottle's been open, so maybe it opened up and this is the opened up expression, and maybe you don't want it to open up, you know, I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah. I mean, I think obviously it's the human experience, right? And I think it can be everything. I think it could be the barometric pressure outside, you know, the weather, your state of mind, right? You happy, you sad, you pissed, you know, what did you have before? Like maybe you had a fucking banger before and you're like, dude, this is another banger. And then all of a sudden it's not even close. And then now your brain's a little bit poisoned with that. Or even someone says something like, you're drinking something that you think is amazing and they're like, ugh, I think this has got like some extra like harsh tannins and astringency, and then all of a sudden that's in your head and that's what you're thinking about. It's like, man, I don't know. I think there's so many variables into how like the body and brain connection work with these things that it's just
100%. Yeah.
I mean, it's just like how often I piss off Sean with my dislike of the Russell 13. Like,
well, that is pretty consistent. So there's not much variable there. But yeah, like every, you know, not to get super neat, but you know, every other aspect of your life is impacted by the environment around you. So like, why wouldn't bourbon be the same way? I think it makes me think like there are some crazy talented people, you know, whether it's the distillers or the blenders or the barrel clubs that we're in, where I feel like they know their palate and they've mastered it, right? And like,
Yeah.
they can be very consistent with what they're pushing out to consumers or members or whatever. But also like just from a customer, not customer, but like a novice, right? Where I'm not an expert by any means, but you know, like I feel like our rating, it would be so cool to get our ratings down, and then, you know, 6 months later, go back and go through the same list of bottles and not look up the scores beforehand, but rescore them and see where we're at, and then just like compare. You know, I feel like that variance is going to be wild, and it's the day, the mood, what'd you have before, what did Justin say to piss you off, like all of those things. It's crazy how
how many text messages did he send today?
It's crazy how those things can impact the taste buds and the way your brain is like enjoying or not enjoying something. I don't know. It's wild.
Yeah. That's like one of my kind of like worries with, you know, the day that we decide to go to a distillery and do a single barrel pick. Legitimately, that's something I have on mind. So you're going to go to a distillery, super excited to be there, happy feelings, you know, elated, and then you taste some picks and you're like, oh, maybe no, maybe yes, I really like this, and then you get it all bought, you paid for it, and then you get it in a bottle and you taste it and you're like, fuck, I remember it being better.
Yes, I totally agree, because like, again, I don't know how to predict my palate. I don't know how to control it right now. I'm sure there's ways, like, I forget who we were talking to. They were like, oh, you bring some coffee beans, right? And you smell the coffee beans, and that like helps. Wasn't that a thing? Like you reset your nose, or somebody was saying that, like Kelly.
Sounds cool. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. But I'm sure there are ways to do that with your palate, right? Like don't eat super spicy, like eat neutral foods, be neutral with your palate, whatever, the day of. And then when you go to do those barrel picks, you know, you're probably picking a range of things that you like, I would assume. Like, hey, we want a proof of 120 to 130. We want high rye. We want this type of mash bill, whatever. And then they curate that. Like what we're doing is we're drinking fucking everything, rye and single malts, and like we're just like, oh, I like it or I don't like it, and then we get all these variable factors. What scares me about the barrel pick is when you pick it, how much, like I feel like we've heard about it so much. You know, you pick something and then it goes back in the barrel, or it stays in the barrel and it stays in there for 6 months. And then they bottle it and they send it to you. And it's like, all right, well, in that extra 6 months, this isn't at all what we picked. Or, oh, you get it, but you get it at cask strength. And then you need to add some water, and that will like simulate what it will be when they bottle it. And it's like, what the fuck? Well, now it's dependent on me adding the right amount of water, and I don't even like. I'm impressed when I put my pants on the correct way in the morning. You want me to like measure the water and like, I don't know, that stuff. That's the kind of shit that like terrifies me. Like we're gonna pick something, and I feel like in that moment we're gonna love it, and then I feel like if we control the variables beyond that, I think we'll be okay. It doesn't sound like we have, or it doesn't sound like you'll always be in control of those variables. And that's the shit that like, okay, I mean, how do you go to an NDP or a distiller and be like, hey, we're going to pick it. This is what we want. Don't fuck it up for us. How about that? don't do that.
Well, what's so funny is like right now, today, like before I poured this today, actually, this Old Louisville Double Oak 7, when I first poured this and had it, and even the second and third time, dude, I would have loved to have our name on this bottle. Today, not so much. It's like, what the fuck is that? It's so random. Like, is it because because I wasn't like rating it officially before that I liked it better? I, I don't know. Like like why is it different? And I had like two other Old Louisvilles that I've gotten lately, and I'm like, they aren't as good as this one. And now I think, no, I think they're about the same. So
I mean, you just had a wild turkey funky pour right before it, right? Like, try it tomorrow. Is it back up into the eights for you? Who knows?
I know, but that's my worry. Like, because I know you can't make everybody happy. It's not a thing. It doesn't exist. Not all people can be happy. But like, if we ever do that, I want everyone to be happy with it.
Yeah.
You know? Like I care about nothing with the finances or whatever. I just want people to say, holy shit, you know, that Two Fools, One Bourbon first friggin' barrel pick was a banger.
You don't care about the finances? Is that what I heard?
Not like that, like, it's not, obviously I want to cover cost, right? I don't want to be spending money to give people whiskey. I mean, I do it all the time anyway, but like, to the masses, right? Like, that's what I mean about the money aspect. We're not, you know, if we ever do it, we're not looking to make money. We're looking to cover cost and to get something that we love and we want to put our name on out to, you know, 200 people, 200 people, 180 people, 70 people, whatever it is.
Right. We want to find the balance where we're not sitting on product because it was too expensive, but we also don't want to we don't want to compromise on quality for the sake of price, right? Like, I get those
exactly
things.
Yeah
I get that. So I feel like we can do that. I feel like it's going to require us to say no to some barrels. And like, I don't think we're going to have a problem with that. It'll be interesting. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what the responses are, you know?
And I think I think one of the other hurdles is just us, right? Together.
It's not a hurdle. That's a benefit, baby. What do you mean?
No, what I'm saying is, if and when we're in that situation,
did you just describe it as a hurdle?
If and when we're in that decision, and I love the sample, and you do not like it, that it just needs to be no, right? Like, I'm not trying to convince you it's good. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. There's no, like, we need to convince each other. We're not doing sales between each other. We both have to be like, this is a fucking banger.
I mean, we've had over 100 bottles together. We've probably rated and recorded, you know, 75, whatever, maybe 100 of them, whatever. How many bottles have we just been like completely split on? Sure, I can think of one.
Which one?
The Penelope cigar batch.
Oh, yeah. Not when we did round two. When we did round two, we were more aligned.
Did I come up? I don't remember.
I don't think so. I think you stayed completely exactly in the same spot, and
But you came down a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was an early bottle, right? Like, not that we know what we're doing now, but it was early in our game.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised because I've always, I don't know why I like Penelope so much, but like, I've always liked Penelope, and I like the brand, but the brand and everything, and I think there was a little bit of, I think I inflated probably by a solid point of fanboying.
I mean, I just took it as you were a cigar batch fan, and I am not, and like, the only other cigar batch that I've had is the, not Elkwood.
That Old Elk, it's terrible.
Old Elk. Yeah, I didn't like that one either. So
it's bad.
I just wonder if I'm just not a cigar batch fan.
I think probably that's part. So like, I'm not a big fan of the Old Elk. The other one that I have is the Starlight, which I really like, Starlight Distillery, but I didn't like the cigar batch. I think the best one that I've had is the Penelope, just because it's not I don't know, dirty. Like that's what I'm describing. Some of the cigar batches, like old ash in your mouth. Yeah, I not a fan.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a minute since I've had it. I have a bottle too. Like, again, back in those days where it was
I
like
know.
rare, sold. Yeah, no problem. Um, yeah, I just remember it having like a really funky note, which reminds me of the like the Dream Spirits, or like that Wild Turkey kind of note with like
I
the
wouldn't.
Russell
I don't know
13.
if I'd go that far,
Well,
but
I don't
I
know if
could
it's
see
the
it. I could see it.
same funkiness, right? I don't know if it's the same, but I remember that cigar batch just being weird, being funky, unique, earthy, whatever. And
Yeah,
it didn't work for me. But
I could
I
see
don't
that.
know.
I could see that.
I feel like with the pick, we are, again, if you love a barrel, and I'm like, I don't know, man, I'm like an 8.5, like,
That's still
oh,
good.
okay, like, we're pretty good, let's do it, like, if you're like, this is a 9.5, and I'm like, oh, it's a 6, all right, well, maybe not that
Yeah,
one. But again, like,
definitely.
we've never been that far apart on anything, so I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I think what's gonna happen, and it'll be interesting. I think we'll get into it, and we're gonna get like 4 or 5 barrels, and it's my hope, maybe, based on of what I've heard from other people's experiences. But you get into it, and it's like you get 5 samples, 2 of them are clearly above the other 3, or whatever. Like you get 1 or 2 that are like, these are the ones. I don't know which one, but these are the ones. If we can do that together, if it's like I'm a 1-3 and you're a 2-3 or whatever, well, like, all right, let's do 1, 2, 3, and like let's compare all 3 of them, and like we will land on one that we like. If we do a sample of 5, and it's like, I'm like a 1-4 and you're like a 2-5, all right, maybe these aren't the 5 that we want, or like maybe that's our delineator. As much as I don't want our first pick to be with somebody else, which I'm adamant by, like I don't think I want to do that. I do want to do a pick with somebody, because I want to see like what the tempo is, and like what are they
I agree.
what are they looking at, and I don't want my name on it. I just want to be a part of the pick. That'd be fun. I don't want our sticker on it, but
I certainly wouldn't hate if it was, club whatever with 2 Fools, 1 Bourbon. That wouldn't hurt my feelings.
for the first pick,
Yeah, that wouldn't hurt my feelings to have at least that we were there, right? Not that it's our pick. Not like 2 Fools, 1 Bourbon's pick with, NCF or Liberty Barrel Club, or
right?
FBS or
Yeah.
whatever it is. But that, like, yeah, that we were part of the experience would be cool. And I still think I think that could be straight faced too. That, like, yeah, this is not 2 Fools pick. When 2 Fools have a pick, it is nobody else's pick but the 2 Fools, right? But
Yeah, I think it's fair.
I want to do it.
Let's do it, dude. We're talking about a camping weekend. Pick a weekend. Let's go to DC. Let's go to Dream Spirits, or where's Subtle Spirits? Where's that?
That's something I think that we should really hone in on first. Like, what distillery would we like to, or NDP do we want to associate with? Because we can't like do everybody all at once. It's too much. Like,
I pick one.
If we signed up for Nashville Barrel Company, and we signed up with Dream, and we signed up with Reveries, and we sign up with Subtle Spirits, and we sign up with Bennett, Onyx and Amber, like, that's too much. Like, because I know we're not buying one from each of them, so I'll feel bad that I'm wasting 3 or 4 NDPs or distilleries time sending us shit. I don't want to do that.
I agree. Let's pick one that we either have confidence in, or that's been good to us.
I think a couple. I think 2, at least 2.
Okay. My only, so I'm saying we need to go there. Let's go there.
Yeah.
And let's do it. Like, if, not saying that this is the one, but, we have a good thing with Onyx and Amber. We at least talk to Ben. I think we have like name recognition kind of.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
Do you want to go to Colorado? Let's go to Colorado. Let's pick a weekend.
I don't think it's prohibitively expensive to go to Colorado from where we live.
I don't think. I mean, we buy bourbon. Like, money is not a challenge. Like, we go to Colorado. That means we just don't make the order from Tallac for one. Sorry, G. Like, we gotta that box. We gotta wait on a couple weeks. We gotta wait till payday.
I think I'd like to do. Yeah, if we like really get ready to do it, I think we almost like do our own draft. Like, we should do some sort of draft on who we want to go to and why.
What do you mean a draft?
I don't know. I don't think it's a draft necessarily, but like I think we should narrow it down in some way for specific reasons. Not just relationships.
You seem like a sports.
Nah, you're getting too far into the details.
No, I'm thinking of put a poll out or do like a March Madness bracket or something, but do it for like, hey, we're thinking about doing our first barrel pick. Here are our seedings. Help us pick one, and it's both like a interactive engagement thing, but it also tells us what people want a little bit, right? Like,
sure. Yeah, there are definitely some details that we got to iron out. Like with Dream, do they drop ship? Do they partner with somebody? Because that has to be, that is number one priority.
I'll do the shipping. I'll do it. Put it in my garage.
Gonna drive down with the Maverick and get the barrel and the pallet.
Fine. No, we'll drive down with the Jeep. We'll get the barrel, we'll get the pallet, and then I'll just drive it to the UPS store every day. I'll ship out fucking 40 boxes at a time.
We'll have Lincoln meet us with his new car and drive it up.
Well, the caddy, God
got
dang.
A caddy. If you haven't seen their store, check out Tallac. We will post them. They do a bunch of really cool store picks. They're super awesome. Been great to us. So check them out. They're out of Sacramento, California. We will post their stuff. This Old Louisville 7-year double oaked is mint. Great pick. Super happy with it. Really enjoy it. Glad I picked it up. Follow them. Check them out. Follow us. Two Fools, One Bourbon. Instagram, Discord, TikTok, YouTube, Reddit.
I'll just say, keep an eye on their website at Tallac. They have a nice blend of allocated bottles that come through, but they also have some really cool store picks that they're doing. The public barrel that we grabbed was one of the first public barrel, private barrel picks in California. And then they also had a New Era pick that was pretty good. It's the only New Era pick that I have.
Right.
But it's good, right? Like it has gotten me interested in New Era. And then they have a good mix of allocated. I'm seeing BTAC and some of the Weller allocated bottles on their site. The prices are secondary, like straight up. That's what they're marking it up as. But build a relationship with them. Reach out to them, talk to G. They are definitely willing to work with customers that they can build a bond with, right? So if that is you and you're interested in kind of forming those relationships, I think you'll be happy with Tallac. So anyways, link in bio, Denver and Liley. Boom.
Gotta hawk the swag, baby.
The link's going to be dead in 2 weeks. So
yeah, pretty much. So yeah, get in there. Get in there quick for, what is it, 15% off?
Mm-hmm.
15% off. Get on it. Two Fools out. Is it like so the stag on the nose, are you getting like a cinnamon sugar graham cracker vibe?
Dude, what the fuck?
Seriously, just think about it. Think about it.